Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the voice of Judah Hadiyemi again. People call me Coach Judah. I'm a life purpose coach and inspirational speaker. I help people to discover their life purposes and I teach them how to best maximize their God-given potentials. I've done this on different platforms I initiated myself, but I've had the privilege to share with other people, and it's always a thing of joy, a thing of delight, and a thing of pleasure to do this again and again. Alright, so welcome to the 11th episode of the videos on this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your usual cooperation. While recording this YouTube video, it just dawned on me that once you put your mind to do some things consistently, there's nothing you can there's nothing that can stop you once your mind is on it, right? So I as a person, I have problem with consistency because I don't know, I'm kind of spontaneous really, so I get excited by goofy things. I just jump on things. Of course, we all have the innate ability to be consistent, but the discipline level required to actually submit or align to that level of consistency is different. So for me, it's quite difficult. You can't imagine the number of you can't imagine the level of effort I had to put in place to writing to-do list, putting alarms as reminder and all of that, just to make sure that I do not miss out on the consistency of this YouTube video. So be sure you can hold me responsible by the end of the year. So maybe we should do that one. You can hold me responsible by the end of the year that I must have at least 52 videos on my YouTube channel. So don't worry. I think what we'll do is that if I don't meet up, you guys I'll pay fine. I don't know. Probably somebody is going to choose a class captain that I'm going to pay the fine to. Alright. So that was just a joke. So I was just trying to say that when you get your heart committed to something, you're going to. So actually recording the 11th episode of this video is literally making me into that kind of feeling. Alright, so welcome back. In case I just joined in, of course I've introduced myself. My name is Judah Hadiyemi, so people call me Coach Judah, and it's awesome to have you on this YouTube channel. We've had awesome content in the past episodes that cannot even begin to tell, to talk about them, how awesome they are. So I would love to crave your indulgence to visit the YouTube video, and of course, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe and hit, the subscribe button. Then also hit the bell icon so that you can get the notification every time I drop my videos on this channel. Alright, so let's dive in. Alright, so this evening I want to talk very quickly on the topic of what's the topic again? Jesus Christ. Alright, I remember my topic already. So I want to really talk on the topic of success the purpose way. Success the purpose way. I think about some 2 episodes ago, I was still talking on the topic of what I titled the mystery of success. So I was in a conversation with somebody not quite long, and we were sharing our ideologies, our idea, our perspective on what we did, and we titled on the topic of success, right? So, and we got the conversation to a point that made me to get an inspiration about what we're talking about in my next YouTube video, at this, and does this, right? So I want to talk about success, the purpose way. I'm a life purpose coach, and all my life I've taught purpose in depth. But I was so shocked that with the level of depth and understanding and extension that I've delved in as far as the topic of purpose is concerned, I have not exactly hit this part consistently. And I just felt it was very thoughtful. It was very it was very intentional. It was very necessary to talk about. It was very expedient to talk about the topic of success, the purpose way. Now we need to understand that prior to this period, prior before what I'm going to say, the perspective I'm about to introduce, we have life and societal standards of the definition of success. In every society, in every community, in every nation, in every country, in every community whatsoever, there are certain indices that measure how successful or not that you are as a person. All right, so that's why I chose to niche this down, to narrow it down to the purpose way. So to what extent can somebody on a journey to the path and on the journey to purpose discovery, purpose and fulfillment, potential, using your potentialities to discover and to fulfill your purpose. At what point will you say that person has achieved what we call success? At what point will you say that person is actually successful, right? So, and that is a major discussion. Now, I want to quickly put a disclaimer, because this will even be my area of emphasis, that when it comes to the fulfillment of your assignment, I've said this again and again, but it's kind of dawns on me that many people have not caught that as a revelation, that there is no competition in purpose. In fact, there are too many things at stake. If I dichotomize the topic of purpose to you, you'll be surprised about the unrealism of how it is, of the impossibility of somebody assuming the purpose of somebody else. There are too many reasons why you cannot. You can't even fake it. There are a lot of do you know that all my biological conditioning, my psychological temperament, my personality, my thoughts, the way I think, the way I'm wired, like everything about me was uniquely wired for my purpose. So even if you have the same mind like me, do you have the same biological configuration like me? Do you have the same perspective to life like me? Do you have the same mental capacity like me? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Do you have the same psychological temperament like me? So there are too many things at stake for you to try to copy somebody else's purpose. You cannot replicate somebody else's purpose. There is a unique purpose for which you are created. People ask me a lot of questions, and I tell them that, listen very carefully. Let me just say this: purpose is not in what you do. Purpose is in why you do what you do. I'm a life purpose coach. That is not my purpose. That is just a jurisdiction that we can also call a title, that I found the expression of the assignment of my purpose useful or necessary, or the platform that I can best. So I can say I'm in the coaching industry to coach people, but to what extent? Now listen very carefully. I don't know. I think I'm literally going out of my point, but let me just say this to help you. There's difference between there's a dimension of connectedness, though. However, there's still a distinction between your assignment and your purpose. They can be used interchangeably within a context, but when it gets to certain things, your assignment is what you are doing to achieve your purpose. So I can say I'm a YouTuber because I've been recording YouTube video, right? So at this moment, at this season in time, what I need is to record videos consistently to the extent that people find light. People get illumination with regard to the topic of purpose. Nobody is in confusion of the discovery of themselves, discovery of their potentialities, and discovery of their purpose. So whatever thing I do, now listen very carefully, whatever thing I do, whatever platform I appear, as far as the aim that you come to the point, I bring you to the point where you are not in doubt about your purpose is, then I'm fulfilling purpose. So being a life purpose coach is not what my purpose is. Being a life purpose coach is the assignment that I've submitted to so that I can achieve the purpose. Do you understand that? Very, very awesome. Now, what do I mean by success the purpose way? Success the purpose way. You need to understand that there is no competition in purpose. Because I may have a quite charismatic or societally expressive assignment than you, does not necessarily mean that my purpose is better than you. There are some people that they will tell you literally, and that's the revelation God gave them. We have a lot of biblical revelations that their life assignment is to raise a child, but that child is not a child. They are raising a prophet that is a prophet to many nations. What was Abraham's assignment? Abraham's assignment was to be the father of many nations. But now, if he told you then, except for now that we have seen we have seen the diverse expression of it. But if he told you, it's like, what does father of many nations mean? Is it like you are going to give birth to nations? But he was going to give birth to children, but they were not going to be children. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? What was the assignment of Mary? Just to give birth to Jesus. Was that not all? Now, that's even easier. That's even, that still sounds interesting. What was now the assignment of Joseph? Because are you aware that Joseph fulfilled purpose? And Mary is not better than Joseph because Mary was the one that gave birth to Jesus Christ. So you need to understand that success in purpose is defined to the degree to which you align to the fulfillment of the purpose committed into your hands. It's as simple as that. There's no complexity, there's no difficulty to it. Success, as far as purpose is concerned, talks about the level of your alignment to the level of your alignment to the end that you fulfill the purpose that God has committed into your hands. If my purpose is just to, this is my my picture frame now. I'm just saying. So if my purpose, I'm just saying, for example, I just wanted to sound practical, right? So if my purpose is to hold this picture frame for 3 years, and your own is to probably be in my stead now and be teaching people, speaking on platforms, being invited. Just because you have a more societally expressive assignment more than me does not mean that your purpose is better than mine. So success outside there, when you see certain people that they will tell you that the assignment that God has given them, their own purpose, their own essence for existence, does not necessarily have a shouty or a lousy, this I don't know how to say. I don't know how to say it better. You get what I'm trying to say, right? Yes. It does not make it better than those whose the assignment. Are you aware that as there was a John the Baptist heralding the coming of Jesus Christ, the Lamb of God, there was also what's this prophetess name again? That was inside the temple praying down Jesus Christ. So one was silent, one was lousy. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it does not make one to be better than the other. It didn't make John the Baptist to be better than, is it Elizabeth now? I've forgotten. I'm sorry. I've forgotten the woman. There was a prophetess in the Bible that was in the temple praying down the coming down of Jesus Christ. Can you see that now? So success, the purpose way, is not measured by the lousiness, the charismatism that follows your assignment. It is measured to the degree to which you are aligned to the fulfillment of the purpose of your life. All right, I just felt to share that very good. That was very heavy on my heart, and I felt this was going to bless you. All right, so thank you for watching through. God bless you. I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment. In fact, I'm very deliberate about that. So please drop a comment. I want to hear from you. What did you learn? How did this? If you agree with me, let me know. If you have a bit of digression, it's also fine. Let me know also. Right. So thank you so much for watching all through. If you've not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, copy the link and send to somebody so it can bless somebody. All right. God bless you. Bye. Catch you later.